Hello everyone, it's me, Jess. I just got off of Facebook and a little bit disturbed as to what I was reading today. My cousin had posted something about people on welfare not being able to receive their checks until they were drug tested, and apparently if proven drug test positive, no money. Boy, the government sure has done us a good one, hasn't it? Here they are turning us against each other. Are these people any less human, because they have a problem? If we all look at our lives, I'm sure we've got one or two problems ourselves. I personally, caffeine, tobacco. So, why is it that we are giving up our constitutional rights? Why is it as Americans that we're sitting back and we're saying to this government, a government for which we did not vote, we didn't ask for. We haven't had a true government of the people, for the people, since JFK. And as we can all see, the truth about JFK is now coming out. LBJ was supposed to be behind the assassination of President Kennedy, and, well, I'm going to say behind the assassination of Martin Luther King, and as well as Bobby Kennedy. They for sure were not going to get away, and they knew it, because these men were going to make changes. These men were concerned about the fact that the banks are the ones that are running our country. And they knew it back then, and they tried to stop it, and they tried to warn us. They tried to warn us about the polio vaccination, and about vaccines in general. This is the era when they were introduced. We as a society, as people, we've lived for literally thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of years without these vaccines, without these controls, without sterilization. A lot of people don't realize. They sit back and say, oh, birth control is great because I can decide when and if I want children. Well, take those birth control long enough, and when you do want to make that decision, it'll be taken away from you in one form or another. Look at the birth rates. The fact that children of under a year's of age are, developing these cancers that, not the ones that we can cure, but the ones that we can't cure. Why is this all going on? Why are we sterilizing human beings in one form or another? I recently read that there are cases of people who have been sterilized by the government, and it blows me away that as Americans, we're so determined that we're going to live inside this bubble, and that only what is around us is important, that we haven't thought that literally what happens to our neighbor and what happens, to the next state over really does matter. We're humans. We have to stop this. The madness. Why are we doing this to each other? Why is the government and Bill Gates and all them guys funding so much population control? Why are we doing this? Why are we teaching our children in this stupid curriculum where we're allowing our students to walk out half educated, but they have a diploma? Why aren't we teaching them civics? Why aren't we, teaching them about their government and how the government runs? Because the government isn't ours anymore. It hasn't been ours for a long, long time. JFK was going to make those changes. JFK was going to stop the Fed. Are we not realizing and missing the whole picture? The United States going bankrupt is not a bad thing. The United States, the bankers going bankrupt is not a bad thing. We as human beings will survive. That's just a way of transacting. Well, we have other means and other ways of transacting. You know, gold, silver. You know, the American currency is pretty much at its end anyways, as far as currencies go. This is not a surprise to me, but it surprises me when I hear family and friends talk about social issues and, you know, economical issues and health issues and everything else, and they're not putting this all together and saying to themselves, why is, as society, number one, I have no idea who said it, but it is so true. You will never know where you're going till you know where you've been. And it's not hard to go back in history and look to see where you've been. Everyone's talking conspiracy theorists. You know, that there's a gentleman by the name of Alex Jones, InfoWars. I enjoy him. I truly do. Only because he's the only one out there telling you what exactly is going on. You know, people don't believe him. You've got congressmen who, you know, have been sitting back and have been trying to fix this wrong of them raping our Constitution and taking it away from us. The Bill of Rights, everything for which, you know, we as Americans should be holding and standing behind and protecting. Instead, we're worried about the money and whether or not we're able to pay back the bankers and everything else. Wells Fargo. Well, do you guys not realize that the United States itself, the government itself, has protected all of these banks? And they're the ones that are sitting back saying, you know, look, we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on with our agenda. We're going to carry on with what we feel is right. Bush Sr. did it. Bush Jr. did it. And now here it is Obama's chance. I don't even want to get into the fact of whether or not Obama is actually an American, because I think it was set in place and just put there just to divert the people. You give them something else to argue over, and hey, we'll be able to hide our real agenda and what we're trying to get through. All I'm asking for is that people just stop, look, and listen. Listen about the U.S. money. You know, listen about their plans for you in the future. Listen to what they want to do to your health care. You know, some of us are, you know, in good health, some of us aren't. There's so many other things. I have a list here just from watching television. Local television here in Nova Scotia, Canada. And these are the things that are on our mind and our concerns. And I find them very pathetic. We're concerned about cross-border shopping and the fact that our Canadian dollar is higher than the US dollar, so therefore the Canadians are running across the border thinking that, you know, they're going to save $1. And in the meantime, they're sitting back and they're looking at their country, and we're looking at the jobs in the industry that has been literally taken from us. And we still have people of the mindset that, hey, I'm going to go save a few dollars and I'm going to cross the border and, you know, I'm going to buy Chinese. You know, whatever happened to buying Canadian products? One of my biggest pet peeves is I don't shop at Walmart. I went to Walmart because they had a special on towels and I needed towels. I go in and not realizing, seeing these beautiful towels and thought, hey, gonna take these home, and got a really good deal on them. They were like $7 a piece, and they were the nice big bath towels. And I get home and I run them through the washing machine. And as always, I'm a label reader, and I just happened to read the label, and it said made in China. Well, I got these towels out of my washing machine and they literally just fell apart. I wash everything before I wear it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But we take no pride in anything anymore. Here I've got this product that was, you know, purchased from China, Where are the Canadian-made towels? That's what I want to know. Where can I go as a consumer and purchase Canadian-made towels? Something that is keeping a Canadian working. Okay, globalism. Let's all, oh, we got to take care of this, we got to take care of that. That's just bull. That's just bull. Shop local, keep everything local. This is why our jobs, the automotive industry, has gone out of Canada. Yeah, we've got a little rinky-dink plant up there in Ontario, and it's doing a little bit of work and whatnot. But notice how we've traded all of our jobs to either go to Mexico or to China. We've given away our industry. We no longer run trains here in Nova Scotia. That stopped like 20 years ago. I never understood why it stopped 20 years ago, because it kept our roadways good. We sit back and we complain, oh, we got potholes, we got this, we got that, the government's doing this, government's doing that. We are letting them do everything. Seriously, I want one of those big "Don't Tread on Me" flags, and because it is time, as Canadians, it's time as Americans, to sit back and take back our country that our forefathers set up. And you want to say that these men weren't smart? They were smart. They was as smart as they come. They knew what the Fed would do. They knew what creating our own income would do. So why are we not listening to them? You'll never know where you've been, where you're going, until you know where you've been. So they sat back and they told us everything that we needed to remain free and hopefully to build a better society. But we did not do that. We, a long time ago, have let the banks control this. And to them, it's just a big monopoly game. Who can we put down? Who can we kill? Look at how many Americans, Canadians, just human beings around the world that have been killed for these senseless wars. Why are we at war? Has any declaration of war ever been signed since, when was the last declaration of war signed? We are doing things against our Constitution that lawfully we as Americans don't have a right to do. We don't have a right to screw up for the generations that are to come. We got TV propaganda, and I've noticed this big, what I call a Mormon push. The election is coming, and I know Mitt Romney is running again, and he didn't favor too well in the last election based on the fact that he was a Mormon. Put all religion aside, what I don't understand is why, when I turn on my television, I've got every Tom, Dick, and Harry talking about their life and the fact that they're a Mormon. Religion doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not the future president is going to be one of the Constitution. The one, when they swear that oath of office, they swear that oath to the Constitution. Barack Obama didn't do it. Bush didn't do it. Bush Sr. didn't do it. Clinton. You could go right back, LBJ. None of them. Their interests is in where their money comes from, is the banks. You look at these men who are running the country and look at their wealth, and you tell me that these are ordinary citizens who really are trying to do what's right. You look at the amendments and the crap that Barack Obama is signing into law. And Americans, as Americans, do you not realize that there are more of you than there are of them? We have to start taking back. We're sitting back and we're letting our vanity, well, some of us are. I, for one, am not. Notice the teeth. I won't use fluoride. I won't use aspartame. I don't use those mercury-laced bulbs. I've sat back and I've watched people around me get sick. I've watched, I see the way that people, the numbness, the fact that they don't care, they really have no thought from using fluoride. In vaccinations, people die from cancer. Yeah, people die from cancer, but are you aware that it was the government